my fellow wizards. Yes, we are back again with another Portal of Peril review because after multiple events where we've been stuck with Sinbad and the longest unskippable cutscene ever,
ages ago it was home to a rich mining operation, complete with a massive forge.
we've finally gotten a new gauntlet to try out. Or technically an old gauntlet, but new to Portal of Peril anyway. You can now try out the Fantastic Voyage Gauntlet, and there have also been some changes to how the event works and the rewards you get, so let's talk about it. And if you want an overview of Portal of Peril in general, or info on how the Sinbad Gauntlet worked, or, didn't work, you can check out my previous videos on the subject. Just like last time, I'm going to walk you through my first blind playthrough of this gauntlet because we all know that's when the best shenanigans happen. And right out of the gate, it becomes obvious that we still have some major problems. Just like last time, the biggest issue is that the gauntlet is still not scaling people correctly. Although, dang, this life wizard got a chunky health bar. Technically, the event is supposed to scale wizards up to the relevant level tier based on the highest wizard in the group, but that is clearly not happening here. In addition, we are still getting many duplicate enemies, all with different tiers, which will become an even bigger issue later. But I plowed on ahead anyway, and was honestly thankful to be able to spam through basically all the dialogue here, unlike the last gauntlet. Unintentional quality of life update, I will take it. Even at max tier, the mobs are pretty pathetic and can be easily one-shot, so honestly, we breezed through all 3 mob fights in a row, no problem. I did see people using the astral blades more often in fights, which is kind of cool since they're a TC you can craft from Madame Magda and are showing up on many recent pets. I'd honestly love to be able to train them as actual spells one day, maybe from the Celestia trainers? Pretty please, KI? Anyway, things got interesting once we reached the 4th fight where the final boss, Dewey, was waiting, or should I say Deweys, plural. Because, yup, the duplication glitch also extends to the bosses where you can pull up to 3 at a time in one fight. Except first we just got stuck with all the mobs, while the Deweys just kinda hung out on the sidelines like freaking cowards. We once again one-shot everything like a well-oiled machine, but then things got weird. After beating the mobs, we got the end dungeon dialogue as if we had actually beaten Dewey, even though he's just awkwardly standing right there. One of my teammates saw that and just immediately dipped and activated the Cusco's luck elixir buff you get at the end of the dungeon, which gives you 33% fishing luck for 1 hour. Which is pretty nice, except not, when the timer is ticking down while you're still trying to finish the actual fight. The rest of us decided to try the final fight again and pulled 2 different Deweys, the rank 20 and rank 15 versions, while the rank 10 just kinda had a rave in the corner. One of my teammates didn't know there was a blade cheat, so definitely give people a heads up about that because it makes him spam all kind of annoying spells like tower shields and plague spells. I thought that would be the end of it, but it turned out Dewey had some extra cheats up his sleeve because it quickly became obvious that he was extra super duper bugged when he also started cheating when his own mobs casted blades, which is definitely not intended. Basically, anytime anyone casts a blade in the fight, Dewey now cheats, which can lead to a whole bunch of obnoxious spam. This gets compounded with multiple Deweys in the battle, with some players reporting they had to restart the gauntlet entirely on the official Discord. It also looks like Dewey's secondary cheat, where when his ally gets hit by a spell, he casts a shield matching that school's damage on the target, is also duplicated for each boss, which can lead to some ridiculous shield spamming if you don't manage to one-hit kill everyone first try. And it also leads to this lovely voice line cacophony.
This racket will not be tolerated.
Basically, between the shield and debuff spam, this fight can quickly become impossible for players to push through, which is, not ideal. Anyway, despite some hiccups along the way, my team did finally manage to prevail with some trap stacking, although on the final turn, one of my teammates who was low on health decided to flee and then never came back, so we had to end the fight with just 2 of us. For our efforts, we got 15 fortune coins for each boss for a total of 30 because there were 2 of them, and no gear drops. However, we did also get 25 event points per boss, which go to the new battle pass, which I'll talk about later. At the end of the gauntlet, you get access to the fishing pool, and you can fish for the exclusive microfish that can only be found here, so if you're a fish collector, definitely take advantage while you can. Now, for a first run, this could definitely have been much worse, but I still have a lot of concerns here. Obviously, first and foremost, the duplication and scaling issues have still not been fixed despite this event being live since March of this year, and noted in Test Realm even before that. I've also seen from several sources that players are still randomly getting pulled across the map to various mobs, which is pretty game-breaking as well. These issues, coupled with the broken boss cheats and spam causing people to have no choice but to restart the gauntlet, leads to many players not having a positive experience doing this event, which really sucks. Maybe I'm misunderstanding how complicated these bugs are to fix, but it seems like many of them have been issues in various PvE content for years, so I don't know why more resources aren't being put forward to fix them. I did see on Discord that Spark was sending feedback to the dev team about these issues, but I'm not super optimistic about a quick fix given their history. For people struggling, I recommend feinting and trapping the bosses, using auras to boost your damage without the need for blades, and bringing spells like Pierce, Cleanse Charm, and Empower to remove shield and debuffs without activating Dewey's blade cheat. I can confirm that using spells like Dark Pact that remove debuffs and then blade will still activate his cheat, so avoid that. Make sure you can AoE kill everyone in one hit, and his shield spamming cheat should be prevented, though obviously pulling all this off will be much harder for lower level wizards who, again, are not being correctly scaled to the dungeon. The one upside is that the duplicate bosses do give duplicate rewards, so you will get more fortune coins and event points per run, which is at least a minor silver lining here. Dewey can drop gear from the original gauntlet, but the stats are capped at level 130 and they appear to be fairly rare drops. You also get the Cusco's 33% fishing luck elixir for an hour, but note that it doesn't automatically renew if you do the dungeon again if you have any remaining timer left. On my second run, I had a few minutes left on my elixir timer from the first run at the end, and when I got the second Cusco's elixir, it says that the potion was already active and it didn't actually give me more time. I've also heard from players that in both the Sinbad and current gauntlet that housing item drops have been disabled from the drop pool, so collectors should not bother farming here, which is a major bummer for the housing community. I don't know why KI wouldn't just leave the housing drops the same. Anyway, now that we've covered the gauntlet itself, let's talk about the new crafting rewards and event pass. If you check in with Madame Magda, you'll see that they've added a few new interesting rewards to her shop. You can now get rank 7 through 10 school treasure cards for 5 fortune coins each, which can be useful, but are also often available at the bazaar. Gold keys are still very costly at 400 fortune coins each, which is not great. The new reagent tourney tokens are now available here too for 40 fortune coins each, and for now it looks like these are being used to enter tournaments, which cost 15 tourney tokens each to join, but previous update notes have hinted at them being used to redeem other non-PvP focused rewards too, though I haven't seen these available just yet. I am disappointed to see that despite community feedback, including my own during a KI Live, we still don't have the option to trade fortune coins for gauntlet gear. I think it would be great to save up coins to get a guaranteed gear piece like the Abyssal gear and Eel Whip that were originally from this gauntlet. It would be great to get different level tiers to choose from, but I'd even take the option to just get cosmetic versions to trade for. This would also be a great place to offer the housing item drops originally from the gauntlet, since clearly many collectors would like access to those drops too. I really hope KI reconsiders their stance on these rewards and gives us some better options to use our fortune coins on in the future. Also, this is 100% a first world wizard problem, but it's very tedious to redeem rewards at the shop when you have to do it one by one and you have hundreds of coins saved up. KI, my hand is cramping up spamming this button so much. Can we have a slider for how many of each item we can redeem at once, please? One positive change I do want to highlight is the new event pass, which gives you 25 event points every time you defeat Dewey. For the first 3 tiers, you'll get an extra 35 fortune coins each. For the second 3 tiers, you'll get 75 fortune coins. And finally, at the highest tier of 350 event points, you'll get an extra 150 fortune coins, which is overall pretty decent. With the duplicate bosses, I was getting 50 event points plus per run, so you can quickly max out the event pass and get a whole lot of extra fortune coins for free, which is a great change. I just wish we had more interesting rewards to spend those fortune coins on, but hey, maybe we'll get more prizes over time. While old bugs persist, I do think we are seeing a few steps in the right direction for this event with the new event pass and rewards. I just think we still have a ways to go before Portal of Peril lives up to its full potential. Let me know what you all think of the new gauntlet and rewards in the comments below, and what other changes you think KI needs to make to fix this event. If you enjoyed this video, please consider liking and subscribing, as it really helps me to make more Wiz content for you all, and as always, I hope to see you out there in the spiral, and happy questing.